you today's tip. It's for acting. Acting 101, new actors, even actors who've been doing it a long time. Sometimes we forget. You want to be relaxed. Tension kills your believability in acting. Tension makes you look stiff, fake, phony, what you don't want to look like. It makes you look worried. Tension kills good acting. So you want to learn to relax. You want to be able to relax, even if things in your life are in turmoil. You want to be able to relax while you're acting, while you're living this other character, while you're trying to bring this character to life. You need to learn to relax for those moments while you're acting. Now, there are a lot of techniques for relaxation that you can find them all over the internet. Here on YouTube, you can find books, you can find articles. There's a abundance, overabundance on of relaxation techniques. So look into those. But what I want to talk about is the reason why relaxation is so important to an actor. While you're tensed up or worried about something else in your life or worried about your performance or worried about how you're going to pay your bills this week or your car payment is due and you don't have the money, while you're thinking about all those other things that's causing you tension, you're not relaxed. You're not thinking about the character. The character doesn't think about that stuff. The character doesn't care if your mortgage or your rent is paid. The character doesn't care if your car note is due. You have to learn some way that works for you personally. I can't tell you that, what's going to work for you. You have to figure out what type of relaxation techniques that you can call upon when you need them. So that's something that you need to look into if you want to seriously take this career up as an actor, because you're going to have problems in your real life when you're in a film, when you're on a television show, when you're in a play. There's going to be things going on in your life. And you can't bring those onto stage, on the set, on the TV stage, the sound stage, the film set, wherever you are, you're acting. Shakespeare in the Park. You have to leave that stuff outside. Luckily for me, I have the ability to what they call compartmentalize, separate issues for the moment while I'm acting. So that's another thing you can look up, how to separate problems and try to isolate them, put them in a little box while you're doing something else and not thinking about them. I know everybody has these activities that they do when they're relaxed. Mine used to be fishing. I used to fish, and as I was fishing and I'm sitting by the lake and have the line in the water, maybe if I have a bobbin on the line or I'm watching the line, I didn't think about anything else. That was pure relaxation. I was focused on what I was doing at the moment. And that's what you need to learn. That's a skill. It's not something that can just pop into your head. You have to learn that skill. You have to find out some techniques that work for you to relax and use those skills as an actor. Now, once you have it and once you practice it, now this is something you can practice at any time. It can help you anywhere. It can help you in any career, being able to relax, help you at job interviews, help you stress on the job, help you with personal relationships, help you relax. Everyone needs to relax sometimes. You need to get away from the worldly problems and think about something else. Some people use it, they play games. Some people use it, they run. Some people relax by maybe working out. Some people relax by going to the park and just sitting on the park bench and shutting the world out. Some people read. Some people watch television. Unfortunately, some people overeat. You don't want to relax with bad problems. Some people drink. You don't want to use the bad vices as your relaxation technique. And some people do fall into that, but that's not what I'm saying. No, don't use the bad vices. And we all know don't say, oh, what's a bad vice? We all know what bad vices are. Don't start smoking more weed. Don't start doing, illegal drugs, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to do things that are going to hurt you and artificially make you relax. Like you see the drug addicts on the corner in the encampments, smoking whatever they smoke, crack. I don't know what they smoke nowadays, but meth. What's that other one that supposedly kills you right away? But they're relaxed. They may be living in a pure living hell, but they are relaxed. No, you don't want that kind of relaxation. You want a relaxation that you can control, that's natural, that's not harmful. And most of the time, it's some type of mental relaxation, some technique you use to shed off the problems and help you focus on the job at hand. And as I'm talking to actors and actresses, the job at hand is shedding out your personal world for the moments you're acting this scene you're acting in and living truthfully through the character. I know this sounds a lot of abstract stuff, but once you look into it and you think about it, it's going to become second nature. I've used this analogy before. When you remember back, whenever you think about techniques like this, remember back before you learned how to drive, or before you learned how to ride a bicycle, or any kind of activity that just comes natural now because you've done it so much. Once you find a relaxation technique that works for you, you can slip in and out of it. Just like when you sit down in your car and you're about to drive. You don't think about what's the first thing I'm supposed to do. You know you have to turn the car on. You know you put your foot on the gas pedal to go forward. You see something in front of you to slow down, you put your foot on the brake. That's how you need to find a relaxation technique. And again, I can't tell you what's going to work for you, but I can tell you there are tons of them out there. There are tons of relaxation techniques. Look them up. You can find some here right on YouTube. You can find some across the web, but find some, try some, see which one works for you and focus on one. Focus on one and master it. Again, this sounds difficult, but it's something you need to do. Naturally, for me, I'm lucky. And I guess maybe I've been doing it since I was a kid. Excuse me. I'm outside. I think a bug went in my mouth. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I guess I naturally grew up with it. I had a troubled childhood, a troubled family life, troubled mom and dad. And I think from that, I learned to now why can't I say it? Compartmentalize my life. And I think that was something I learned, again, it was something I learned from a little kid because I can remember doing it. Even though the troubles and the turmoils we were going through, I could forget about it while I was with my friends. I could forget about it while I was playing with my G.I. Joes or my green little toy soldiers. I could forget about the turmoil that I lived every day. And when I went back home or I went back to face to face, of course it's going to come back. But I was able to compartmentalize my issues so that I could relax. And that was just as a kid. So that skill is something that I still have nowadays. I kind of, especially when I'm acting, I use it. I shut off. I don't think about my bills. I don't think about my due rent. I don't think about my blocked emotions or aspirations that I didn't achieve. I don't think about that when I'm doing certain activities. So that's a skill you need to develop because you don't want to be nervous when you're trying to be a believable actor or when you're trying to be believable in an audition. Even in my auditions, I can get frustrated when I'm doing them if I'm not delivering the dialogue the way I want it, or I stumble over the line or something like that. But I'm completely focused on that issue at hand. I'm not thinking about the other issues in my life that, good or bad. You have to be able to shut out the good stuff and the bad stuff. But most of the time, we as humans, we focus on the bad stuff, things that aren't going the way we want. Those are the things that make you worry or nervous. So again, when you're acting, you want to be relaxed. You need to find a technique that works for you. Actor or actress, you need to find a technique that works for you, that you can co-opt as your own. This is my relaxation technique, and you'll be able to practice it. You can, like right now, I'm out in the backyard. You can sit out here by yourself and slip into your relaxation mindset. Some people say stuff about building castles in their mind, and there are separate rooms in those castles. And when they go into that room, they are instantly relaxed. That's a technique. But like I said, I can't tell you what technique to use. You have to investigate it for yourself. But you need to know that you need the ability to relax. You need the ability to step away from your worldly problems while you're doing something that you want to be doing. And as far as we're talking about acting, you want to be acting, or you want to be acting, and you're on the set and you have a movie and you're cast in it. You don't want to be pulled away from it and do a bad performance because you are worrying too much about all the other issues that have nothing to do with what you're doing at the moment as an actor or an actress. So that's something that you want to practice, you want to think about it, and you want to master that. A relaxation technique that works for you. Because nervous thoughts and nervous issues that you're thinking about while you're trying to live truthfully under these imaginary circumstances are not good. That's not what you want. You want to be able to shut off all that stuff. So that's the tip. Learn to relax so that you can be a truthful, credible actor or actress. So let's jump onto a little bit of my topic for today. I didn't get on with you earlier this morning. I tried to force myself today to jump right into this project I'm editing. I work with a teacher. He has an acting school in New Jersey, and we've worked together many years, and I do the editing for his students' projects. So I was editing, I wanted to jump in and get it going and get it rolling. I had started it last week, and I had a little false start. I needed to organize the footage first. I thought the project was one thing, it was something else, and so I needed to go back and organize the footage. So I did that this morning. I quickly organized all the footage, and then I started editing. So I made some good progress today. I created an opening the other day, last week, and I liked the opening, and I got the correct title from him. So that project is going smooth. And then also, you'll go to my website, and you'll see more content added to the vertical series that I created. It's called Tammy, actress and writer. Tammy actress and writer. And you'll find that on my channel. Go to my channel. You'll also have probably been seeing here in the shorts feed episodes, because each episode is very short. Each episode is only at the max 16 seconds. So it's a challenge to come up with content. It's a challenge working with artificial intelligence, but like I tell you, I can't shy away from it. I would prefer to only work with real human actors and actresses, but artificial intelligence is part of all of our future. We can't shy away from it. And so I can't shy away from it. I tell you not to shy away from it, so I can't shy away from it. So I've started this series last week, and it's going pretty well. The software is very, it does what it wants. I don't want to get into that again. But again, artificial intelligence video creation is new. We're seeing a glimpse of the future. So I'm working around all the bugs. I'm not letting the bugs and the inconsistent character and the inconsistent dialogue and the inconsistent generation of the video bother me. I'm going forward. I'm pushing forward. And I think this series is a good vehicle. I'm learning a lot so much, so fast. And I will be putting that information out to you. I'm going to give you a little bit, that's what I'm talking about right now, giving you a little bit of information about this series I've created. And I'm going to keep creating episodes little by little. You guys are watching it. I have some other episodes for a different version, a different series, which I might create with artificial intelligence video. I'm not sure yet. I might just continue to work on this one I'm working on because it's having some success. You guys are watching it. A lot of people are sharing it. My views are going up. My watch hours are going up. So I need to double down on this. And I also will continue to do what I'm doing here, talking about acting, directing, and editing. And even this series, although it's created with artificial intelligence, it's still producing, and directing, and editing, all wrapped together. Because I'm creating the series and driving it forward with my uncontrollable partner, artificial intelligence, which does what it wants, and it gives me stuff that it wants to give me. So when it gives me something that's real off the chart, I've just been putting that into a separate folder that I say unusable. So when I download something from the software, I put it in a folder where it's usable, I name it, and then if I have to go back and regenerate it, I do that. So it's a different workflow. It's something that I'm not used to, but again, I want to be the one who knows a lot about it so that I can share this information with you. So I'm working through the bugs. I'm working through the turmoil of it, the frustration of not getting what I want. And sometimes, if you watch the series, again, each episode is under 16 seconds, so it's not a big commitment of time. I have a playlist for it. You can look up the playlist. I'll put the playlist down in the description below. I'll put that playlist down here so that you can take a look at it and see what you think. Give me some feedback in the playlist. And again, it's all new. It's fun because it's so quick. It's so instant. It's not like real directing because the truth is artificial intelligence has the final say. Here's a tip for this. I write my prompts in a Word document outside of the artificial intelligence program. And that way, when something happens and it crashes or it tells me, and it's been doing that a lot today, it's earlier today when I worked on it for a while, that, we can't generate this because it violates our policies, or it generates something and it completely puts in a different character. It just completely puts in a different character, completely inconsistent. And if you watch closely in my series, you'll notice that the lead character, Tammy, she's from each episode, most of the episode I've been pretty lucky. She's stayed pretty consistent, but a lot of them they change certain things about her look. So I decided not to let that bother me. I'm going to confine it to my work here with the artificial intelligence video, because what I'm saying is that in my other videos I tell you guys, don't be afraid of it. It's a tool, work with it. So even though it's new and it's not doing exactly what I want it to do, it's still generating some content. And I'm seeing, which to my surprise, is that a lot of you like it. So I'm going to go forward and keep working on this series and creating more episodes. And again, I decided also too, what I did last night, I came up with some ideas for episodes. So I have a little notepad, Microsoft Notes on my phone. And when I come up with episode ideas, I jot those down. And then I develop those episode ideas. But again, each episode is only 16 seconds. So I keep it tight and I keep the story moving forward. It kind of reminds me, as I do it, what it kind of is starting to remind me of is cartoon panels in the Sunday paper that I used to read when I was a kid. So the panels were, and that's how I'm starting to think about it. It's kind of like a video. It's kind of like a moving cartoon, because you can't show everything in between scenes. You can't show everything in the scene. So the beauty of it is that the characters can talk, and the program adds stuff like music or sound effects. But sometimes that's inconsistent also. But it kind of reminds you of creating a cartoon, a moving cartoon panel, comic strip, actually, that's what I'm trying to say. And so that's how I'm treating it, as if it's a video comic strip. And thinking of it that way is kind of helping me get my mind around it. And as I create it, I'm going to answer more questions. If you have any questions about it, please put them in the comments below. You'll see a video that I created about Sora 2, and that's what I'm working with. I decided to focus on one piece of software, Sora 2, and I'm going to be working with that to create it. It's been doing well so far. It's an interesting program. It's from the same company that makes ChatGPT, and right now it's free. So I don't know how long it's going to be free, but the last couple of days I was working on it, I'm kind of getting used to using it, and it's kind of growing on me. Again, it's a tool. It's a tool, just like my editing software. I edit with Premiere Pro. And Premiere Pro, they make updates. They make changes. And I accept those. I remember when I used to work with Final Cut Pro, and I worked with Final Cut Pro for years and years and years and years, ever since it came out. I had the first edition of Final Cut Pro, and I bought the first edition of Premiere Pro. And I worked with them all those years. And then Final Cut Pro finally decided that they wanted to get away from their main users, like me, who were using it on a professional level, and they wanted to reach out to more users, like everyone that was using their software. So they stopped making the Pro Edition. And after all these years, every year I'd pay 12 or somewhere almost 12 or $1,400 for the software. And then they went to the subscription model and they dumbed it down. They made it kind of like an amateur program, and it was more user friendly. And from a company's point of view, I understand it. If your software can be used by anyone, then you're going to sell more copies. You're going to get more users. So then I moved to Premiere Pro, because Premiere was more, by that time, Premiere Pro was more like Final Cut Pro used to be, and it was more professional software. And so I've been on Premiere Pro for probably the last 15 years or more. And so Premiere Pro is my go-to software. But I'm saying all that to say that when big companies like Adobe or change their program, you as a subscriber, if you use this for your livelihood, to do your job, to do your work, to make your money, you have to go with the flow, because they're not going to change it for you. They're going to make changes that they think fit everybody. And so I was not a big supporter of the subscription-based model, but now I'm on board. Nothing I can do about it. So unfortunately, these software companies, they are in the driver's seat. And the same thing with artificial intelligence. Again, I tell you guys, it's still beta. But myself, and I think what made me change my mind was talking to you guys about this, explaining it to you guys, and laying out the facts that this software is a tool. And being an actor, I've been an actor for 35 years, and seeing my union and seeing all the actors so fearful of artificial intelligence, wanting to stop it, wanting to, it not to, take their likeness and, just make films and movies without real actors. I don't like that either. I'm against that also. But I know the software is not going anywhere. I can't be an ostrich and stick my head in the sand and say, I'm not going to learn this, I'm going to ban it, I'm going to ignore it, and maybe it'll go away. It's not going away. It's not going anywhere. It's going to keep growing. And I always use this analogy. You guys can't remember this. I can't remember it either. During the transition between buggies, horse-pulled carriages, and cars, people didn't want cars. They didn't want cars. They wanted to stay with their horse and buggy. Buggy whip manufacturers went out of business. Wagon wheel manufacturers went out of business. People who built carriages for stagecoaches, all that stuff went out of business. It all disappeared. All those people had jobs. All those people had careers. All those people used those jobs to buy food and put food on their table for their family. As George Bush used to say, put food on their family. But it went away because the future marches on. Time marches on. And again, this is something that's coming. That's why I started using it on this limited series I'm doing. Well, not limited, this small series I'm doing. Tammy, it's called, you can find it on my channel, Tammy, actress and writer. And the series is about a famous actress who was a child star. She became a star as an adult, and now she's moving into writing, directing, and producing. She has 3 deals with some major streaming networks similar to Netflix, and she's just taken on too much work. So it's humor, it's drama, it's comedy. There's a little bit of drama in it, but mostly humor. And I noticed too that it's so great to have these algorithms available to me with Netflix, because I can tell down to what episode is doing the best, what episodes are grabbing you guys' attention, what episodes you like the best, what characters you like the best. And it appears right now that Tammy is drawing in the most people, drawing in the most viewers. And when I go off to maybe her assistant Tessa or the receptionist or something like that, those episodes don't draw as many views. So it's really interesting. I'm learning a lot, and I'm going to share it with you guys as I continue to do this series. I hope you take a look at it. I'm going to leave the link to it down in the description once this goes live. Sometimes these live videos I do, this one's getting up to 25 minutes. Sometimes when I do a live video, it takes a while to become active for you guys to view. But also now what YouTube has started doing, they're creating little shorts. So I'm going to put it in the description of the short off of this video too, so you can find the the series, and you go to the playlist. The best way to watch it is if you go to the playlist, because in the playlist, I have it in order from episode 1. I'm all the way up to like, I think I'm up to 25 episodes. And again, the episodes are only, the longest episode is only 16 seconds. So you can watch a few. So I'm going to wrap this up now, but I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm going to do a little bit more work. I drank some extra coffee so that I could continue to work on my editing assignment that I have right now in my queue. I have my own queue where I post my work. And yeah. I'm taking a look right now at the questions below to see if anything I can answer. Somebody's asking me about the Lakers game. I don't follow sports. So that's it. My tip was there about tip today was staying relaxed as an actor. Find a way to relax so that you don't let nerves get to you. Again, I know this is easier said than done, but again, use that analogy about driving a car. Remember back when you didn't know how to drive and how nerve-wracking it was and how worried you were. You may have took driver's lessons with your mom or dad. You may have had to go take driver's lessons with a driving service, and you were nervous. You were worried about it. You were reading that little book from the DMV, trying to learn all the traffic laws and rules. But you learned them, and you don't think about them anymore. That's how you have to find a relaxation technique that you can use when the nerves are starting to get to you. I've been doing this for 35, 40 years, and sometimes the nerves get to you. But you have to be able to shift and put those nerves aside, isolate them away from you. Stop thinking about all the other things in your life and focuses on the job at hand, living truthfully under these imaginary circumstances. And it's so freeing. Again, I go back to when I used to fish, and I'm sitting there, and you're not thinking about anything else. Your mind is clear. Only thing you're thinking about is the fish going to bite my hook? And it's relaxation. You need to find some kind of relaxation technique that you can control, that you can use when you need it. All right, so I'm going to let you go. I will check back in with you tomorrow. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Also, please watch some of my playlists, and you'll be seeing my clips for the series of Tammy, writer, actress, floating around in the vertical stream. Watch the episode if you like it, follow it back, and watch the playlist. I did some housekeeping today, and I attached the playlist link to each episode. So I started using some thinking. I want to get you back so you can watch it in order, because who knows, you might come in on episode 20. But that's okay. Each episode is kind of like a standalone. And so I hope you watch it. I hope you enjoy it. And I will continue to make more content like this. I have a comic series that I have one episode up right now. I'm working with a talented actress writer, and next week we're going to shoot another episode. So I will be promoting that too. And I have some more, bunch of things in the works for this channel. And I need you guys to watch some of my playlists to help me build up those watch hours. That's the thing I'm working on now. I'm closing in on my 1,000 subscribers, and thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I thank all you people out there who have helped me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good evening.